wouldn't be chasing him down in this conversation if we didn't want his cock. Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, Jessica, what are 4 psychological tricks that make women instantly respect me? I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm reading it word for word. Obviously, you asked that before, and so I'm glad you asked because that's what I'm going to go over today, and to make sure you never miss out on these Jedi mind tricks you could be playing with women, which really aren't fucking mind tricks at all, but you'll appreciate them or miss out on another one of my videos. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. Okay, so there's 4 of these. This is about commanding respect from women as a man. You could be a respectable person, you could be a respectable stranger, but I'm talking about getting these women to respect you as a man who likes to fuck. And if you are a self-proclaimed man who doesn't like to fuck, you're fucking lying to yourself, and you may as well stop watching now. Let's get right to it. The first psychological trick that'll get women respecting you is keeping your distance. I'll tell you right now, too many of you communicate when you don't have to. I have guys who write in all the time talking about like, well, I can't just leave her alone, Jessica, because then she'll forget about me. But then it's like, do you think you're that easily forgettable? Thinking you always need to be around, always need to be texting her, gotta send her the good morning text, gotta ask how her day is, gotta fucking do something. Having that type of angst and insecurity in the communication is gonna come off as angst and insecure. However, if you keep that distance and only communicate when you need to communicate, I'm talking setting up dates, sending her a meme because it reminded you of her, little things like that, that's fine. You don't need to be having these conversations all day, every day, throughout the day. It's just not necessary. Distance really does make the heart grow fonder, and I'm telling you right now, keeping your distance in a healthy way will always make women respect you. The second one, piggybacking off that, is so, when you are in front of her, yeah, y'all should be having conversations that you shouldn't be having via text. However, the less you feel the need to fill that space all the fucking time, the more she'll want you to fill her vagina. If you're the one constantly breaking the silence because you're nervous that you guys have an awkward silence, you'll come off as constantly chasing. Because I'll tell you right now, a lot of you guys are confusing the sexual tension, the needed silence, with an awkward one. So if you let it lie and you hold that eye contact, whoo, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. If you're able to do that and in a way force her to break that silence, it'll create a cognitive dissonance in her brain, which, if you haven't heard me explain cognitive dissonance before, it's when we have these knee-jerk reactions and then our brain catches up to try to explain why we just did said action. So she's the one, coming back at you to start the conversation again. What happens in her brain is she starts to think that, oh my god, I must like him. I keep wanting more and more and more. And she inadvertently sees herself as chasing you. And then her brain is like, well, we wouldn't be chasing him down in this conversation if we didn't want his cock. So guys, hold that silence. The third one is, how do you feel about you? I'll tell you right now, we are all just fucking atoms revolving around empty space. Did you know if they projected the size of a nucleus to the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, the remaining electrons orbiting around it would be the size of Utah. So we are all just 99% dead fucking space of atoms just vibrating and shit. So how you feel is a vibration of your cells, of your atoms. And how you feel, how you vibrate about yourself is going to cause her to vibrate in kind. That's what resonance is. Resonance is when you have an object vibrating at a certain frequency, coming into contact with another object of similar mass and makeup, and that object gets the other object to vibrate in the same kind. That's why we say things like that resonates with me. So let's talk about how you feel about yourself. This is why I always say emotions are contagious. So however you feel about yourself will dictate how women should feel about you. Something to think about. And the last one is to always speak from personal experience. How many times you catch me saying this? I probably haven't said this in like a year or two, but what is the number one thing we are all interested in? No, it's not sex. I'll tell you right now, the number one thing we're all interested in is ourselves. And what's the number one thing we all have in common? I have it in common with you. You have it in common with my mom. My mom also has it in common with your mom. It's we all have human consciousness and a body. So if you always spoke from personal experience, I'm talking saying what you think, saying what you feel, saying what's going on for you, saying things through your eyes, in your shoes. If you always spoke like that, people would always be able to relate to you because they too have thoughts and feelings and a body. And if you are always speaking from personal experience and they are able to relate to you, guess what? Their number one interest was what? Exactly, themselves. And when they can see themselves in you, they become interested in you. And that is the very first thing we train all of my motherfucking clients in my coaching program, is how to speak from personal experience first and foremost every time, so that you don't have to talk more, so that you don't have to wonder why you're not creating these connections. Once you start speaking from personal experience, people start inadvertently, unconsciously creating connections with you. It's just human nature, because again, they can relate, and now because you're speaking from personal experience, they can relate to you, they are now interested in you, and when we're interested in someone, we want to connect with them. We actively try to find a way to be in their lives. So if you know you're not having this effect on women right now, if you know you're not creating connections in the ways that you need to, in the ways that you know you need to in order to get the women you want, make sure you sign up right now to apply for my coaching program. We don't take just anybody, but we do read absolutely every single application that comes in. We are going to watch for whether or not you are speaking from personal experience. We're going to show you exactly how to do it so you can create meaningful connections and so that you can turn up the heat to create chemistry with any woman you want. So apply now while you still can. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.